G'day, this is Simon at South OC Cars and Coffee. You know, I walked the show this morning and I thought, I'm not really feeling any car of the week. And then on the last row in front of Rockwell's, I come across this car. What is it, mate?
This is a 1963 Lancia Flavia Vignale Spyder.
Easy for you to say.
Right.
Check this thing out. Right from the second I first saw this car, I could tell that it was something really special. Very pretty, very Italian, Lancia. Tell me the story behind the car. How did you happen to own this car, Dominic?
Yeah, actually, I picked it up from an owner here in California that took great care of this car. It was in the family for several years, and I'm the new proud owner of it. I guess you could say the steward of this automobilia right here. Obviously, a 1963 Lancia Flavia. It's a Vignale. Very famous carrozzeria, the Italian car body designer, and the designer was actually Giovanni Michelotti, who designed not only this car but many famous cars: Ferrari, Triumph, the BMW 2002.
Really?
Had many great cars under his belt as the design head engineer for the actual body. And this car is super special. As you can see, when you started looking around the front or coming down the side, there's a lot of still very unique parts about this car that are still have influence in today's modern car, but especially you can see some stuff that was very popular through the 60s and into the early 70s on the front grille and of course around the back.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I like things like even the door handles. Like if you look here, how it's sort of flushed in, a really contemporary design for the time. And I got to point this out too. This beautiful badge that's down here. That's the designer.
Yeah, the badging is the Vignale, of course. That's the badging of it, of course. And then, of course, you come around the back, and the car was just meticulously maintained. And we're obviously doing our best to bring this out to the public and the masses so they can see and get experience with the Lancia, the mark. What's interesting, of course, this car was manufactured in the north of Italy, up in the Turin area.
Right.
Flavia comes from the word the Via Flavia, which was the road from the Turin area to the Dalmatians, to the mountains in Italy, and there was a special road. This was really used as sort of an executive car, but it had some sport to it. It's 92 horsepower, but what's really interesting about this, it's front-wheel drive.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, front-wheel drive. So of course, in Italy, up northern Italy, of course you have snow, ice, what have you, so front-wheel drive car would have handled a little bit better, but the car drives beautifully. It handles really well. It tracks straight, and we're proud to bring this to your show today. And it had a lot of interest, and I love when people come to the car and they want to take pictures in front of the car.
Yeah, for sure.
With them in the car. A lot of people just take pictures of cars. People wanted to be in the picture, and as you come around the front and you look at this car and you can see the design. You can see there's a lot of Maserati.
Yeah, I was about to say Maserati. Yeah,
and still in modern day, this car still really brings out some of the best classic automobilia design. And proud to have it here. And thanks for having us. I really appreciate it.
It's so great to have you here. I mean, the thing for me that I love is the car is bigger than a lot of other Italian sports cars of the era. It's a four-seater, which a lot of you look at your standard. Well, a Fiat 124 or any of those other sports cars of that era, Alfa Romeos, they were typically, you'd see a lot of two-seater sports cars, but a four-seater sports car. And the interesting thing you said to me as well is, given the fact that it's front-wheel drive, if we look down in here, there is no transmission hump down there, which means you've got better legroom in the back than you probably would a lot of other like four-seater cars where there's limited legroom. The other thing I want to point out, which is absolutely beautiful, is under here in the dash, that beautiful wood trim steering wheel, that beautiful wood grain dash, and then of course that magnificent instrumentation. I love that linear speedometer, but then we've got TAC over on this side, and then we've also got full instrumentation. We got amps, we got oil, we got water temperature, and gas, benzina. It's just magnificent. And over here, that beautiful wood with that wonderful decal. The Italians, they love little details. Even the sound of the horn. Check this thing out. Absolutely amazing. Do you think we could have a look under the hood?
Absolutely.
So this is really, really interesting to me. We mentioned before that it's a front-wheel drive vehicle, so you'd expect it to be a different look. But what I didn't realise, look down here. Notice the spark plugs are on the side, and the motor is actually laying horizontally. This is a boxer engine. In fact, under the hood, this reminds me a lot of the Jowett Jupiters that we've had here with the little boxer engine. But Solix carburetor, really simple, massive air cleaner on it, but just isn't configured like a traditional engine bay, is it?
No, it's not. But they figured out how to do it. It's interesting because of the front wheel drive and the transmission. When you shift, you're actually moving the shifter knob about a good 10 to 12 inches between from first to second, of course, all the way up into third and then down into fourth. Super fun to drive. It's a nice car. You talked earlier before as a 4-seater. 3 of us came down on the show here today.
Yep.
It was actually quite comfortable. And, Italians, of course, have done great things for automobilia for all these years. This is a great example. We encourage you guys to come out to the show and see little ducats of joy that just bring a lot of knowledge about automobilia. You can get it right down here at your show at South OC Cars and Coffee.
Thank you so much, mate. Well, we appreciate you giving us the plug, and we really appreciate, for me, I love seeing different vehicles, and this is something unlike I've ever seen before. Absolutely beautiful. As our Car of the Week winner, you get this Maguire's complete kit, which includes the hot shine foam, quick interior detailer, the perfect clarity glass cleaner, ultimate wash and wax, the hybrid ceramic detail, and the microfiber towel. Keep this beautiful, beautiful little Lancia in the pristine condition that it's in. It is such a wonderful car. Thank you so much for bringing it out, and congratulations.
Thanks so much.